The story of the United States begins long before it became a nation. In the early 1600s, European settlers, especially the British, began establishing colonies along the Atlantic coast. Over time, 13 colonies developed, stretching from New England in the north to Georgia in the south. Life in these colonies was not easy. People worked hard to farm, trade, and survive in a new and sometimes harsh land. Yet, many had come seeking freedom and opportunity, values that would later define the United States itself. As the colonies grew, tensions with Britain also began to rise. By the mid-1700s, the British Crown placed heavy taxes and trade restrictions on the colonies to pay for its wars in Europe. Acts like the Stamp Act and the Tea Act made colonists feel exploited and unheard. Their famous slogan, "No taxation without representation," expressed the simple demand that they should not be taxed by a government in which they had no voice. The breaking point came in 1773 with the Boston Tea Party. Disguised as Native Americans, colonists boarded British ships and dumped crates of tea into Boston Harbor. It was a bold act of defiance and a message to the Crown. The colonies would no longer accept unfair treatment. Britain responded with force, sending troops to keep control. In April 1775, the first shots of the American Revolution were fired at Lexington and Concord. What began as small skirmishes soon turned into a full-scale war for independence. The Continental Congress appointed George Washington as commander of the Continental Army. Though his troops were poorly trained and often outnumbered, Washington's leadership and determination kept the revolutionary cause alive. The war was long and difficult. There were early losses, but also important victories. The Battle of Saratoga in 1777 became a turning point, convincing France to join the war as an ally to the Americans. With French support, the chances of victory grew stronger. On July 4, 1776, the colonies made a bold declaration. Led by Thomas Jefferson, the Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence. It declared that all men are created equal, and that people have natural rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These words inspired not only Americans, but also people across the world who dreamed of freedom. The war finally came to a decisive end in 1781 at the Battle of Yorktown, where British forces under General Cornwallis surrendered to Washington's army and their French allies. 2 years later, in 1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed, and Britain officially recognized the independence of the United States. From 13 small colonies, a new nation was born, a republic founded on ideals of liberty, self-government, and equality. The journey ahead would not be perfect, and many struggles still lay in the future. But the American Revolution proved that ordinary people could stand up to a powerful empire and win their freedom. And so, the United States of America began its story, not just as a new country, but as an idea that would inspire generations to come. Thank you for watching this video on the birth of the United States. If you enjoyed learning about this chapter of history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let us know in the comments which part of American history you would like us to cover next.